Welcome to Carl's Sits, where I review the world's most luxurious hotels with you by reviewing the chairs inside of them. But I have a lot on my docket here in New York, and I'm only going to be sharing the most memorable hotels with you here.
So we are here at the Coda Williamsburg, which is in Brooklyn. But the Coda Williamsburg is this stylish, modern, bohemian, and just effortlessly cool place. The coolest part is the founders of this hotel are a husband and wife duo who own a furniture company. And so that's exactly why I'm here. The design is industrial chic. It's modern, it's curated with attention to detail and really unique furnishings. The place outside is the pool scene, and it has amazing drinks. And then up on the rooftop, there's skyline views and relaxing music throughout. So it really does offer this boutique experience. And then there's vibrant social spaces at the same time, like the pool, like this incredibly designed restaurant. And I was so impressed by how many ways there are in this place to both entertain, but also to be entertained, depending on what the schedule is. And so I am so excited to take you guys through this. I also wanted to show you this co-working space where it is vibrant and colorful, and there are so many unique spaces. But I'm going to take you guys through the hotel chairs and give my honest review of the form, the function, and the aesthetic.
So this one instantly morphs to my body. It picks up on whatever I'm needing and how I'm shaped, which is really nice. It's a pillowy leather, so it feels like there's some foam inside of leather for a little bit of give, but not too much. It's not just a thin strap of leather, which I appreciate. I love this kind of rest that enables me to rest. It's not cutting into my mid-thigh at all, which is really nice. And then the headrest is actually high enough for me to get some support. So I really, really appreciate this chair. I think if I'm 6 foot, if it was a smaller person, they could kind of settle in a little differently, but I'm still able to settle in and feel the structure and the freedom coexist, which is awesome. So the form is here, the function is here, the aesthetic is here, and I definitely think that it needs this for additional comfort, but maybe a different color or something like that. So aesthetic suffers some points, but I would bring it into the right home, a very warm home, especially with this terracotta. You can see how it picks up on the lightness of other browns. Coming home with me. So this chair I'm really curious about. Obviously it looks like it has a lot of give. And what I'm impressed about automatically with this chair is how it's picking up on me. It's kind of morphing to me and what my needs are, which is really rare in a chair, especially when they're so structured and so taut, like we're seeing in a lot of these hotels. The armrest would be perfect for any height, I believe, because of how this molds to me. So maybe if I was lighter, I wouldn't sink as deep down. And that would mean that armrest would still be perfect. It kind of envelops, which I appreciate. And the stitching is really high quality. It feels like a leather. There's a slight cutting into my thighs where this bar is. It's kind of like a slide. Overall, I really appreciate the form, and how the chair meets the body isn't exactly perfect, but the function of it and the aesthetic of it and how it fits in a place and space, I think is very universal. And I really like this warm kind of terracotta color too. This wicker, I genuinely feel like it could go 50-50 on form, function, and aesthetic. Ultimately, it's very solid. Like one of the most solid feeling chairs I've ever sat in. My natural inclination is to tuck my feet under it. It cuts off my thighs if I do them forward, but yeah, I love this chair a lot. I love the very wide base and the rounded edges of everything else. So the form is here, the function is here, the aesthetic is here, and with the wide base, it's coming home with me. This one has amazing gravity. That's the word that keeps coming to mind, because I'm like falling back, but I'm not laying down. I look alert, but I really feel like I'm able to relax. This is incredible. The structure is here. The way the chair is meeting my body is here. Functionally, I could see this fitting into a porch space, like, you know, that slab of concrete in the backyard before it becomes grass or pool or whatever. I could see a bunch of these there. I could see it exactly how it is in this room. I could see it in a sunlit staircase. Yeah, I could see a lot of uses for this chair, but I am obsessed with it. So the form, the function, and the aesthetic are all here. This chair is cushiony and it looks pretty predictable in terms of what to expect when you sit in it. I like it because it gives off a very, very fuzzy vibe when you look at it, but it's not very fuzzy at all. The form is here, the function is here, and the aesthetic is here. I could go with a different texture maybe, but again, this like warm carpet-like material definitely invites play. That's what I'm getting from this. And it's a cool back, so coming home with me. Okay, this is my first review in this room and I'm taking it in linear fashion. So this is right off the entry hallway where I could easily use this as a workspace. This feels like a really universal desk chair because I could also see it being somewhere else. It's a very small back and a very wide base, and usually I like that juxtaposition between the two. I'm 6 foot and a little bit too tall for my elbow to hit the bottom, but my knees are hitting perfectly. I love the ergonomics of this. The function of this is limitless and the aesthetic is also really nice as well. It will be coming home. Oh my gosh, how did I get so lucky? Honestly, this is incredible. I am noticing the detail. The chair in the lobby that had that wool over the armrests is the same exact feel and the same exact wool as this, where I mentioned that it was eliciting this sense of play and cozy and family. Can't you just see kids playing on here? Having a great conversation with your lover in the bed next to it. It just really invokes a sense of relationship and I love this. It's actually a perfect height for me. It looks a little short, but if I was to lean back, my head is not left hanging. Every single thing on me is supported right now. And something to note, I'm 6 foot and I'm pretty close to being at the bottom. And if I slouch, I'm definitely supported here. And surprisingly enough, I have no desire for it to actually be like a mechanical recliner where I'm reclining, because how it is just perfect. The way the chair is meeting my body is 10 out of 10. The function of this is a 10 out of 10 because it's right next to a bed, which is where I see it fitting perfectly. But this could be next to a window in a living room. It could be under the window. And then the aesthetic is here. I would love, personally, I love the wool for that sense of play and family, but I personally would love to see this in a really wild design, kind of this streamlined maximalist home, and this being a really key tie-in to that. I get why they didn't do it here because of the aesthetics and neutrals of this amazing room. I'm gonna go with the big one. Actually a little more wobbly than I thought. I was expecting these to feel really sturdy, feel really narrow for me. It's cutting off my thigh circulation and there's no place for me to put my feet to feel more secure. The form isn't here to me. My body's not really meeting it right. And I love the look of them here for sure. The aesthetic is all here. I think these would be coming home with me to have my plants be on, but not as bar stools. This is the last, but this is not the least. Ooh, this is really interesting to me. Basically, all of the plushiness goes by the wayside and it's really firm right here. So that's interesting. It's like a pure aesthetic move for that one. My body's meeting this chair really nicely. Obviously the back is a little bit low. I really like the roundedness of this, so it's not cutting into anything. Overall, with the form and the function and the aesthetic of this, I feel pretty neutral. Can't really assess where I would put this in a space or place in my home. Overall, this is not coming home with me just because I don't have a direct inclination. So that's my breakdown. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I have slept on Williamsburg, always stay in Manhattan. But the quiet here and the ease of getting to the city is something I totally slept on. So I am really appreciative to have stayed here, experienced this, and I will absolutely be back. The staff is amazing. The amenities are amazing. The spaciousness is amazing. You're just not going to see this unless you're paying $3,000 a night in the city. So I really feel like the value is incredible here. I really appreciate the Coda Williamsburg, and I wholeheartedly give it my 10 out of 10 review, and I'd take it home with me to LA if I could. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.